Cement is the most important material in the construction field. So, what are the present in the cement? How they are help to strengthen the construction and how they finally involve in deterioration. These things will be explained in this session in the name of chemistry of materials, and our topic is cement, setting and hardening, deterioration. So cement is a widely used inorganic material in construction field as a binder. So it can bind different objects because of it has a adhesive and cohesive nature. Adhesive nature means there is a positive interactions between two different molecules just like cement and different objects like bricks, stones and articles. And cohesive nature means a cement particle can attract with the another cement particle means the same molecular interactions is called cohesive process. So cement having both adhesive and cohesive nature. Because of this nature, it can bind the different articles along with them. So generally cement sets and harden and become very strength. So when initially cement is like a just like paste when you add water, but after 1 month or 2 months, you will see a wall with a hardness, having high hardness. So it generally become hard by setting and hardening process. What actually cement contains in it? Cement is prepared by the basic compounds like calcium oxide, silicon dioxide, aluminum oxide, iron oxide, and water. So furtherly, we are going to represent calcium oxide as C for our flexibility. So these all calcium oxide, silicon dioxide, aluminum oxide, iron oxide, these all will be sent to a kiln and heated at 1450 degrees centigrade, 1450 degrees centigrade. When we heated at over the long time, they forms a clinkers. That means these basic compound interact each other and forms a clinkers. For example, 3 CaO That means 3 moles of calcium oxide and 1 mole of SiO2 interact with each other and forms 3 CaOSiO2. It can be represented as CaO represented as C. That's why C3S. That can be formula is given in the table tricalcium aluminate. Ca3Al2O6 C3A. That means 3 moles of calcium and 1 mole of aluminum. Like that, tetracalcium aluminofluoride C4AF, tetracalcium aluminofluoride, 4 calcium oxide, 1 aluminum oxide, 1 iron oxide. Like that, C2S, C3S, these are called clinkers. So clinkers will form. These clinkers are grind very as a very fine powder and add some gypsum and packed as a cement bags. These bags will be delivered to the consumers. This is the cement manufacture in simple way. Okay. So finally, what is present in the cement? Clinkers are present in the cement. The main clinkers are C3S, C4AF, C2S, and C3S along with gypsum. So, what is setting and hardening process? So, for example, if a wall constructed before 10 minutes, if you hit very hardly into the wall may be break down. But after 1 month, if you break the same wall, maybe your hand will break down. So what is the difference? What will happen in this 1 month time? So that is called become strengthened. Wall becomes strengthened through the setting and hardening process. So what is setting and hardening process? We all know cement itself cannot used in the construction field. We need to add water. When you add some water to cement, it will become as a plastic mass and it is called cement paste. The cement paste, if you kept like that over the atmosphere, after some time it becomes stiff. This change is called setting, and its setting takes starts from the 45 minutes and it takes 7 days to complete setting. And how much setting is happened can be tested by using standard needles. After initial sets, needles penetrate up to certain limit into the cement phase. If needles doesn't penetrate at all over the cement surface, then it is called final set. So final set completes after 7 days. So 45 to 7 days is the period for the setting. So what happening in the setting process? We all know cement contains clinkers just like C3A, C4AF, C2S and C3S. But setting process involves the gel formation when C3A, C4AF and C2S interacts with the water. So these clinkers C3A means CaO 3 moles of calcium oxide 1 mole of aluminum oxide, and C4AF means 4 moles of calcium oxide 1 mole of aluminum oxide and 1 mole of iron oxide. C2S means 2 moles of calcium oxide 1 mole of SiO2. Okay, so you have to remember these things. When these three clinkers interact with the waters, gels will formed. So that is involved in the setting. First let's take C3A. Within 40 minutes C3A interacts with water and forms crystalline tricalcium aluminate. That means C3A interacts with the water and it produces crystalline tricalcium aluminate and it releases 880 kilojoule per kg energy. So it is an exothermic reaction, that means energy is releasing. So when energy is releasing, material gets stabilized. That means C3A has higher energy compared to C3A6H2O. When C3A interact with water, it converting into lower energetic C3A6H2O. That means C3A6H2O is a lower in energy, that means higher in stability. So unstable C3A converting into stable C3A6H2O. Every object in the universe wants to be stable. So here also C3A is going to converting into a stable one. So it takes 40 minutes. This process takes 40 minutes, but maybe we are unable to use all water added cement within 40 minutes. If it is happened in just in 40 minutes, all cement will become get stiffness. Stiffed cement cannot used as flexibly. So that's why to prolong the stiffness, we need to add gypsum. So gypsum is not the part of setting process. So gypsum used to prolong the plasticness of the cement. So when the gypsum interact with the C3A6H2O, it forms a insoluble calcium sulfoaluminate. It will prolong the stiffness for some more time. So then we can use all cement. What we made a cement paste. That total cement paste can be consumed within the time. Okay. So that is the purpose of gypsum, calcium sulfate 2H2O. So in the first day, C4AF going to interact with the water molecule. C4AF interact with the water molecule and forms C3A6H2O and CFH2O. It's a gel. It's a crystalline gel will formed. So along with the C3A6H2O, and it is also producing 420 kilojoule per kg energy. So this is the first day reaction. After 40 minutes reaction, C3A interact with the water. It's a first 40 minutes reaction. After 1 day, this reaction is complete. All C4A present in the cement interact with the water molecule and forms a crystalline gels and releasing the 420 kilojoule per kg energy. So like that after 7 days, so C2S present in the cement interact with the water molecule and forms a important gel, toparnomide gel, and some crystallines, calcium hydroxide crystallines also released, and it releasing the 250 kilojoule per kg energy. So this toparnomide gel is the responsible for the adhesive property of the cement. So because of this toparnomide gel, cement gets a nature to bind the other objects, that is called adhesive process. So it will complete it within 7 days. So from 40 minutes to 7 days, all C3S, C4AF, C2S interacts with the water and forms gels and releasing energy, and they are getting stabilized. That's why cement also getting stabilized. Where you used this cement, that construction also going to stabilize. So this is the setting process and it completes within 7 days. So next we after 7 days the C3S present in the cement. So up to now C3S not involved in any reaction. This C3S interacts with the water and forms crystallines. So forms the crystals. Up to now the gels are formed. Now crystals number of crystals increases. If you can see here, C2S interact with the water molecule. It also forms tobernomide gel along with more number of crystals. You can see the same reaction before. I will compare the reactions later slide. So here calcium hydroxide, more number of calcium hydroxide producing, that means more number of crystals is releasing, and also this producing higher amount of energy, 500 kilojoule per kg, more amount of energy is releasing. So this reaction completes within 1 month or 28 days time period. So finally the all clinkers present in the cement are converting into, some are converting into gels, some are converting into crystals, and finally your cement having a more percentage of calcium hydroxide crystals. These calcium hydroxide crystals are responsible for the ultimate strength of the cement wall or cement concrete, and tobernomide gel is the responsible for the adhesive and cohesive properties, and calcium hydroxide is responsible for the ultimate strength of the cement. So you can see the all four reactions here. So remembering of these reactions is very simple. So here C3A, you have to write all clinkers in a order. Why? Because first C3A within 40 minutes, C4AF in 1 day, and C2S in 7 days, and C3S is in 28 days. All are interacting with water molecules 6, 7, 6 and 6. So you can see as C3H6H2O, same will be appeared here, and along with extra one CFH2O. So here tobernomide gel and calcium hydroxide same will be appear in the next reaction also. But the thing is here more number of calcium oxide, and energy also 880, 420, 250 and 500. So first three are the formation of gels involved in setting process. Last one is formation of crystals involved in hardening process. So like that cement become hardened. So after construction of cement wall, you can observe the cracks and some decay of the cement. That is called deterioration of cement or decay of cement concrete. Degradation of cement concrete by its environment is called deterioration of cement concrete. It mainly because of atmospheric gases like CO2, SO2 and some chlorides or halides present in the water what you use in the construction field, or the nature of water surrounding the construction. First of all, what is the effect of CO2? So if your construction around surrounded by the more percentage of carbon dioxide, that means for example, if a construction around the surrounded by the industrial area, so there is so much CO2 gas releases. That CO2 first interacts with the calcium hydroxide present in the wall. Why? Because after 1 month your wall doesn't have any clinkers, all clinkers slowly converting into calcium hydroxide. That calcium hydroxide giving the strength to the your wall, and it protects the iron present in the wall as a protective layer. Now this CO2 interact with the calcium hydroxide and it forms a calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is a very unstable one. It cannot give the protection to the inner objects like iron, just like calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide can protect, but calcium carbonate cannot protect the iron which is present in the concrete. Okay. So when CO2 interact with the calcium hydroxide, stable calcium hydroxide is converting into unstable calcium carbonate. And also pH of the cement it decreases from 12.4 to 9. So because of this calcium carbonate present. So again, so it is a involve the diffusion. So how can we overcome this problem? So by good concrete which having less porous and less diffusion of CO2. So nowadays novel technologies are coming. The cement which is resistance to absorption of CO2 gas, then we can avoid the formation of CaCO3. So next one is effect of SO2. So when we add CO2 gas, that is called carbonation. When you add SO2 gas to concrete, it is called sulfonation reaction. Sulfonation reaction is the more severe problems than the carbonation reaction. First of all, sulfur dioxide interacts with the water present in the atmosphere and it forms a acid, sulfuric acid or sulfurous acid. The sulfuric acid interacts with the calcium hydroxide and forms a calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate, that means the calcium hydroxide present in our wall slowly converting into calcium sulfate. So this calcium sulfide is a bigger molecule compared to calcium hydroxide, and also this sulfur interact with the C3A present in the cement wall and it forms a ettringate. So these are the bigger molecules. The wall size cannot increases because of these crystals sizes increases. There is a cracks happen in the wall. So the cracks and breakages in the cement wall is because of sulfonation on the cement. So this is the sulfonation process. And finally, effects of halide. If chlorides or bromides present in the water, they are interact with the calcium hydroxide present in the cement and they produces calcium chloride. This is also just like cracking process. So CaCl2 formed CaCl2 is a bigger molecule than the presented calcium hydroxide. So this also cannot protect the inner side materials, so become weaker and cause electrochemical corrosion. So there is a concentration cells are generated and it involved the concentration, it is involved in the electrochemical corrosion. So like that, so cement involved in corrosion because of the environmental gases like CO2, SO2 and chlorides. Okay. So this is the topic. So thank you for listening.